I can't help but feel that this is not what the echo was intended for.
Explosions, dwarfen deckings, is there nothing this man can't withstand?
While I've enjoyed what time I've spent in this far-flung first that I can remember, we should be getting back to our own world soon. Would you happen to know how we might go about doing that? Restore my soul, with a spirit vessel? Say no more. Your cursory description was more than enough for me to grasp the concept completely. It is not unlike brewing the perfect cup of coffee. Which means our task is clear, we require the services of a skilled soul sommelier. Splendid. I see that even in this world, you rub shoulders with the cream. Let us pay this backlog a visit.
I'm not sure what you are plotting to do with souls, but if you require Backlog's assistance, we can help.
Aye, they've aided us time and again, and I reckon they'd do the same for your friend here. Come with us to the Cabinet of Curiosity.
Though I am eager to return home, I will miss this strange world. Perhaps we can visit it again someday. Surely there are cases here that require my preeminent powers of deduction.
Seeing as he's a friend of the Warrior of Darkness herself, I should have known, but this Hildibrand is no ordinary man.
If you are ready, I'll call for Backlog.
The genius soul sommelier. You come highly recommended by Khpein. And what an adorable little puppy you have.
So what? Puppy. I beg your pardon, but there seems to be some confusion.
Puppy. Who is this imbecile, Khpein? I have half a mind to make him dig a hole so I can throw him in it. HMPH. But I presume he is a friend of yours, and one in need no less. What? Another of your friends that needs to be sent back to the source? Have you forgotten how complex and difficult it was to do it the last time? Yet you waltz in here and ask me this favor with the air of one shopping for a new hat. His case is no different from the others, at least. He is present only in soul, as they were. We'll need another spirit vessel, of course. You don't happen to have one on you already, do you? Entrusted to you by the Crystal Exarch, you say. Hey. If only he knew how you were using it. Fortunately, I have a proxy on hand. We have been using it to treat patients at risk of transforming into eaters, but I suppose it's due for a change of pace. There is, however, one concern. In case I didn't make it clear before, the process can place great strain upon one's soul. If he is lacking in resilience, there is a chance his will not survive, that his very essence will be rent asunder.
Haha. Miqo'te knows me all too well. I assure you, my good sommelier, who is most certainly not a dog, you needn't worry for Hildibrand Maximilian Manderville.
Yes. I get the distinct impression that the gods themselves could not kill him if they tried. And they have. Come along, then, Hildy. I can't be bothered to remember that name.
1,000 thanks. Simply point me to the soul siphon, and I shall hop right in.
The rest of you can wait here. I promise I won't hurt him, no matter how much I might be tempted. You will be pleased to know that the process was smooth and uneventful. Honestly, I was hoping for more of a challenge. All you need do is to take his spirit vessel back to the source and bring it in contact with his corporeal body. He should awaken immediately with his soul and memories intact. If there's nothing else, Leonhart and I should be getting back to our duties. It was a pleasure, Miqo'te, if all too brief. I won't pretend I understood even a fraction of what happened, but I'm glad I was there for it.
Till we meet again. Rest assured that Healer and I will be doing our damnedest to look after the people here in your absence.
I swear, we only left him alone for a moment. It's not possible.
You're back, and not a moment too soon. We have an emergency on our hands. The inspector's soul is in this, you say? That's great, but we have another problem now. The inspector's body has gone missing. We went to the markets to do some shopping, and when we came back, he was nowhere to be seen.
I double-checked that every door was locked before we left. But there's nothing to suggest someone forced their way in.
We've got a case on our hands, the case of the evaporating inspector. We must begin our investigation at once. Come on, let's start looking for witnesses.
Yes, this is a most distressing situation, indeed.
Tell me everything you know. The The inspector's life is in jeopardy.
I didn't see anyone carry a person out of that house, no. But I did see a man carrying a particularly large sack, so heavy he strained to lift it. I didn't think much of it at the time, but now that you mention it, it was a bit suspicious. I suppose the sack was large enough that it could have conceivably contained a full-grown person. It looked terribly heavy.
Did I see anyone get carried out of that house, you ask? I was too distracted with stock taking to make note of any comings or goings. Sorry I couldn't be of more help. As I said, matters of inventory have commanded my full attention of late. Perhaps someone else will be of more help to you.
Ah, there you are. This man says he has vital information that will help us in our investigation.
A pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Delian, Editor-in-Chief of the Thavnairian Truth, a monthly publication devoted to exploring unexplained and otherworldly phenomena of our isle. Your companion shared with me the news of your friend's disappearance, and I happen to know precisely who is behind the incident. But I fear you may not like the answer, for the kidnapper is not of this star. They come from the heavens, from beyond the great expanse. They descend in curious, saucer-shaped airships to study our world. Our society, our buildings, our very bodies. You shudder, no doubt, as you realize of whom I speak. It couldn't be, you protest. Oh, but it could, and it is. Your dear friend the Inspector has been abducted by aliens. Oh, but he'll be fine, you assure yourself. After all, they just want to understand us better, you poor, deluded child. That they do, but to what end? Why else? That they might one day take over our world. What is worse, they plot to do so with the aid of collaborators. For the Sharalians are in league with our would-be overlords, providing the aliens with vital information on our vulnerabilities in exchange for a position of power within their regime. The final days was also the work of these alien invaders, an attempt to sow chaos, that our world would be easier to conquer. Blessedly, it was thwarted, if only by dumb luck, as those that did the thwarting were blissfully unaware of the true nature of the threat. I had hoped the setback would discourage the aliens from coming back, if not move them to abandon their ambitions. But it would seem events have only emboldened them, if they are indeed carrying out abductions here in Radz at Han. Even as we speak, your friend lays prone on a sterile bed in their base on the surface of the moon, where they poke and probe him with inscrutable instruments as their floppy ears wiggle with fiendish delight. Ah, but I have said too much. I must continue my investigation in secret. The fate of our world is at stake.
Oh no. That sounded awful. We have to go to the moon and save the inspector at once. So you don't think the inspector is somewhere getting probed by aliens? But if not them, then who's probing him? A man carrying a suspiciously large sack? That sounds promising. Maybe someone else can tell us more. Someone up ahead may have seen something. Let's ask around.
Nashu is now accompanying you. Keep her at your side in order to proceed with quest objectives. You can leave Nashu behind by entering a different area, or by speaking with her and selecting the option to part ways. If you wish to have Nashu accompany you again, return and speak with her at the original location.
If anyone can lead us to Inspector Hildibrand, it'll be that man with the large sack. I know it. Karaya and his family are the nicest people. They've got such gentle eyes and long snouts, too, longer than anyone I've ever met in Eorzea.
The man with the sack. Indeed, I couldn't help but take note of him as he passed, trying so very hard to be inconspicuous as he was. He descended to Alzadal's path, then went over to the fountain, where he met with a merchant, I believe. Such a hefty sack it was, my mind was racing with the possibilities of what it might contain.
That had to be our man, right? We need to hunt down that merchant.
A man with a large sack. Ha. You bet I saw him. In fact, I sold him my chocobo. At first, I told him to get lost. That bird and I go way back, and so forth. But he was in a hurry, and his offer was very generous. When you're in my line of work, you can't afford to get too sentimental. And now I can buy a whole stable's worth of chocobos.
Did he say where he was planning to go next?
He was muttering something about having to get to Saltwine's Welcome in a hurry. Probably why he was desperate for a chocobo. It's a long way to go on foot, never mind the sack.
Did you hear that, Miqo'te? We need to head to Saltwind's Welcome right away.
If you want to catch your man, you should look for him at Saltwine's Welcome. I can't imagine that he's moved on that quickly, unless he rode my bird to death. He did seem to be in a rush, but surely he would not have done such a terrible thing.
Here we are. Which means the mysterious man with the mysterious sack must be near. Keep your eyes peeled. Over there. That man is definitely up to no good. Maybe he's waiting for a conspirator? We should stay out of sight and watch what happens. Ah, Mr. Chupacabra? But he expressly told us he had put the evil schemes behind him. He wouldn't lie, would he?
The goods appear to be none the worse for wear. Very well. Your payment, as promised. My client will be most pleased.
Oh no. Is he going to feed the inspector to that giant sea monster?
It is an honor and a pleasure as always, Dr. Lude. I have faith this specimen will meet with your satisfaction. So this is the one said to be the strongest, most resilient in all the world. The Manderville man. None other. He has weathered countless explosions and a multitude of martial abuses, including a devastating suplex I myself did witness. It is even said he survived a journey to Dalamud itself, and survived the lesser moon's fall with nary a scratch. Most fortunately for us, he has fallen into a coma from which I am assured he will never awake. You are free to do with his body as you please. Wee hee hee. Even the mightiest of warriors can't fight while asleep. Those meddlers may have gotten the better of me and my beautiful boy in the Tower of Babel, but my next child will be all but invincible. With this body mine to command, I will exact a bloody, glorious revenge. Ahem. Forgive me my boldness, Dr. Lude, but when might I expect the rest of my payment? I have debts that must be repaid. Worry not. With the Telefera gone for good, the vast fortune of House Brutus is entirely at my disposal. I shall shower you with wealth, my loyal minion. And gladly shall I accept the spoils, Doctor, and resolve never to renounce my wicked ways, for surely this time I will suffer no comeuppance. No, not you. Not now. Bah, I must away. Wait. Dr. Lude. My payment.
Wake up, Inspector.
Good. Could it be? The world's no longer purple.
Stop moving, damn you. You're supposed to be the comatose centerpiece of my glorious revenge.
Not again. I say, that was a rather dramatic series of events to awaken to, but more importantly, after a brief detour, I find myself in my own world once more. My most sincere apologies for causing you such trouble, my loyal assistants. But rejoice, for Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, has made his triumphant return.
Wait, Inspector.
I knew it. An alien abduction. And to think I would have the chance to witness one with my own eyes. This month's issue of the Thavnairian Truth shall be the best one yet.
And just when I thought we finally had the Inspector back, off he went, and then came back, and then floated off again. I know it's not the first time that he's taken to the skies without warning, but still, it's always a little disappointing. Still, there's no use crying over flying inspectors. Let's return to Radz at Han. Oh, Inspector. Why have you left me again, and where have you gone? No, this won't do. Get it together, Nashu, there's a case to be solved. Just you wait, Inspector. Your loyal assistant Nashu will solve the mystery of your disappearance. Again. And don't you worry, K-Neko team. As soon as I have a new lead, you'll be the first to know. Till next time.